The recent sequence of uploads has been grip, arm wrestling, huge neck tricking, and splits, strongman powerlifting, and today's workout is a basement bodybuilding workout in Evan Centopani's home gym. Is this how I train? Actually, this is how I train. I just finished doing the concentric reload workout in my new program, The Bridge. Check out all of my programs on Jujimufu.com.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I get it. You live here. We're in Evan Centopani's basement gym.
Is it weird that I have a photo of myself on the wall?
Not really.
I think it's just weird that we're here. It's sort of surreal.
It is kind of surreal, yeah. Wow. If you guys have seen the all the videos on YouTube about him building this place and all the Animal Pack videos on the channels about, well, he exists. He's actually a real human, and he's my friend, and he's also my financial planner, which is how we met.
It's actually how we're here.
It's actually how we're here, I guess. Yeah, but if you guys need any financial planning services, hit him up, or if you need any training services, Evan Centopani. Links in the description. I'm just really excited to be in this old school 70s, 80s inspired wood paneling. This basement is just a throwback, and it's your happy place.
You know, it's not a lot. Obviously, it's a very small space that we're standing in, but it has everything that I need. I mean, I've been training here exclusively now for quite a while. And granted, it's been a few years since I've competed, but there's enough here to get the job done.
Yeah, and I mean, if you watch the build video, you see the card at the top of the screen with Evan where he built this gym during lockdown.
It was actually prior to. It ended up being like this.
Oh, perfect.
Incredible timing.
This is amazing.
With your dad.
Yeah,
this is great.
This is the coolest stainless steel rack I've ever seen.
It's actually just mild, regular steel.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well,
but I ground it down with the wheel to kind of, give it this look.
Yeah.
And then just hit it with some clear. But, my father, he repairs Bridgeport milling machines. And it was that we used to, drill these, I forget, it's 2 inches? I think it's 2 inches on center every hole. It's pretty precise.
I love the carpet. It reminds me of an old school gym. And like you said, it's got everything he needs to get the job done. So
And a pretty stout dumbbell rack.
I'm a huge fan of home gyms. And I like how everyone's is different because it has their personality and it has their needs kind of outlaid. So you're standing in the hack squat?
I am.
So, yeah, I mean,
Leg curl, leg extension, legs.
I mean, by the time I squat, do split squats, do hack squats, that's 3 pressing movements. For quads, I don't need much more. But then for hamstrings, obviously, there's the curl and the glute ham raise. There's hyperextensions.
Holy shit.
Ham curl.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So the
You
majority.
wedged a few more things in here. At my gym ended up the same way because there's more machines you need for legs and other stuff. You can do a lot of stuff with free weights with the upper body. In my opinion, you can build a bodybuilder physique with mostly free weights, but you cannot build bodybuilder legs without machines.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
But we are doing upper body today.
Ironically.
I get to work out with a legend. Yeah, I know. Of course, everyone's going to say that when they hear that. But we're going to hit arms real quick with free weights, which is something you can do. So how does a retired pro bodybuilder train arms to maintain... How big are your arms? Like, they're bigger than mine. I actively train my arms pretty hard.
Do I have to get the tape?
I mean, you are a
actually,
bodybuilder.
you wanna do
Come on,
before
where's
that?
the measuring tape?
It's looking like 19.
No way.
Yeah? What's it usually?
Not 19. That's good. It's pretty big.
See, all you had to do was step foot in my house and already...
God, triceps just hanging. No way!
What do you got?
21. 21-inch gun's cold. What do you think you're going to get up to with this workout? We got like 45-minute arm workout. That's about right?
Yeah, I think close to 22.
22?
Yeah, I mean, when I was really going at it, they were definitely 23.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I think we actually taped them once at 23 cold.
He usually works out in the morning. He'll get up. He'll have his breakfast meal prep.
Man case.
Man case. And he'll eat that real quick, get down here around 5 and train for an hour.
That's right.
And then he starts his day. He's got a ton of work. He's a super busy guy. So I appreciate you again for having me with your super busy schedule.
I'm thrilled for you to be here, honestly.
So
Sam didn't film that, but he just, as the first thing he did cold, was like 25 to 30 dips.
It was actually 35. My record is 41.
Oh my God.
And that was cold. Yeah.
But I'll tell you, honestly, it's 3 in the afternoon compared to 5 in the morning. Like, I feel significantly better than I usually feel.
Really? I mean, dude, to be able to bang out that many dips, just cold like that. Look at me, I'm struggling over here.
And no shoulder problems
I have
either.
healthy shoulders and no shoulder problems. He really doesn't have any shoulder problems. So how do you keep your shoulders healthy? Because every bodybuilder I know has fucked up shoulders.
Honestly, I'm probably just lucky.
Did you really do 35?
I swear to God.
You're good. I did 18. He's like, okay, well, now I know what I'm working with.
That's funny. My first bench that I ever had when I think I got it, I was 15.
Yeah.
It was an Olympic width, but you could take the posts out and narrow them. They had a spot you could put them in close together.
Yeah.
And it had handles off the back, so you could do dips off the back of the bench. I did a lot of dips. Yeah, how old am I? 40? I started doing them when I was 15.
Oh my God.
So it's been 25 years of dips. A lot of dips.
When did you start working out?
13, I started riding my bicycle to my uncle's house.
Uh-huh.
He had some weights in his basement. Olympic bar, bench, some old York dumbbells, the blobs. After doing that for like a year, I think I convinced my dad, like, if he bought a weight set, it would actually be money well spent and I wouldn't just not use it.
Yeah.
So he bought me a weight set for Christmas. I used the shit out of it.
Wow.
Every day after school, 3 hours or so, down there.
Wow.
I'd come home, I would drink. It's so funny because we were just talking
I was about to say, what was your nutrition like? You probably figured out, like, oh, I'm going to make a shake with a lot of calories or something.
Well, what's funny was I was always so afraid to eat because I started off really heavy.
Uh-huh.
So I started off running 6 miles a day, and I lost like 70 pounds in a year.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, from 8th grade into my freshman year, I went from 220 to 150. After then, I was like, well, I think I need to lift some weights.
Yeah.
Because I'm still not like, I pictured myself being like shredded.
Yeah.
I didn't look that way. So I'm like, I gotta lift some weights. And once I started lifting weights, I responded really well, but I was so afraid to eat because I was so
Afraid of getting
get fat again. Yeah. But I would drink a scoop of designer whey. It was vanilla praline flavor, and I would mix it with orange juice.
Yeah.
That's what I would have before my workouts.
Oh, that's perfect, yeah.
Write that down.
The thing I like about that story is when I started working out, it was before social media and before the internet was really big, and him definitely, he's a few years older than me, he started a little bit earlier than me. You didn't really know what a lot of what was. So he's just running 6 miles a day. Today, that would be like, that's a lot for someone trying to build muscle or something, you know what I mean? Or just like working out for 3 hours and just like making these high calorie shakes. You didn't know what a lot was.
No clue what I was doing. Eating bagels.
Yeah.
Back then it was like, as long as it didn't have any fat, it was okay.
Yeah. oh, right. Yeah. Because the whole fat is bad.
That was fat makes you fat.
Fat burner plan. The fat burn.
The fat burner plan.
That's one thing you heard of, you know. But now on social media, you hear all sorts of crazy things. Back then it was just like, oh, fat makes you fat. It's the only thing you avoided.
It was all carbs, but obviously I could lose weight eating carbs because I was, still in a calorie deficit. So did I do things the best way? Certainly not. But it's not wrong trying to figure out the best way to do something. But if you analyzing it to death is going to lead to paralysis and ultimately you doing nothing, doing something and taking one positive step forward is always better than doing nothing.
Do some sort of action, overcome that inertia.
Always some sort of action is always better.
The Balanced Macro Diet is a video that he did where it's like, I think the biggest takeaway from that is, it's a 1-1-1 macro ratio between protein, carb, and fat. You have to start somewhere.
Yes.
If you need to figure out whether you tolerate carbs a bit more or less, you'll figure it out there. And then you'll be like, oh, I'm going to do better. Digestion's bad. Oh, all this fat is not settling well. Reduce it a bit, increase the carbs. Oh, I'm fuller. I have more energy. My digestion's fine.
But just start somewhere.
But you had to start somewhere.
That's
yeah.
Right.
That's
right.
like with anything in life, right? Work, finances, and working out.
Just get started. Do something. Doing something that at least you have confidence is a positive thing. If it's better than what you did yesterday, that's good. I'm thinking 3 movements, probably a barbell curl, a dumbbell curl, and maybe a plate curl.
Okay.
It's not always what you do. but how you do it. I learned that working out with Oscar, because he would ask me, like in the beginning, how many sets you usually do for legs? Wow, do 16 or 20? Wow, that's a lot. We would probably do 8 sets together. Annihilated. Right?
Yeah.
He's like, you sure you don't want to do 16 or 20? Like, you can't. So a lot of times when people would ask me for training regimens or, give me a workout, I'd write it down, but I realized, like, I can't communicate.
Oh, I got you.
You know what
There's
I mean?
so much nuance left.
So much nuance. That's the word, is nuance.
Yeah. I've learned that simple does not mean easy.
That's right.
If you guys have seen the Litvinov video at the top of the screen there's a card there. It's a dumb workout, you shouldn't do it, but you actually should do it just once so you understand. Like, all you're doing is supersetting really heavy sets of 8 with front squat with a 400-meter sprint as fast as possible. You just do 3 rounds and go home. Simple, but you can't do it.
Did you ever have the supplement review? It was a book. It was about this thick.
I've never seen it.
It was distributed through GNC, and they'd give it to you for free. You'd be like, I could have this book,
Yes.
right? Like, yeah, go ahead, take it.
Yeah.
Bill Phillips was a marketing genius. The guy who started EAS.
Yeah.
Right? It was an encyclopedia of supplements. And what he would do is he would tell you whether they were any good, what to expect, and the best ones in that category. Well, naturally, he made all of his the best in that particular category, but the rest of them, he gave his honest opinion. Where was I going with this? In the back of the book were workouts, okay? And that's where I first read about German volume training.
Oh, God.
Right?
Yeah.
So like 10 sets of 10. You know how many times I did that in my basement with 2 plates on a bar, try to do 10 sets of 10. And this was me in high school, maybe a junior. That used to annihilate me.
Yeah.
Annihilate me. Simple. 10 sets of 10.
Right.
You can't do it.
Right.
You can't complete it. If you were able to complete it, you needed more weight. But you only rested, I think, 90 seconds in between each set.
Yeah.
So simple.
Jesus.
Doesn't mean, to your point, simple does not mean easy.
People outside of bodybuilding or does any work to build muscle for the most part think you can build like a muscle, like let's say a bicep, with just like pull-ups or something like that. It's like, yes, you can, but if you really want to build it, you should probably work it directly with curls. What do you like the straight for?
I just feel it hits harder.
I didn't look what it used to. Was it just curling?
Yeah.
Just alternating, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, like this?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, heave it up if you have to.
What do you do?
I think I got 8 on each.
Oh, God, really? You're going faster than I was.
That's it.
Okay. Everything's 10 pounds. 10.
There's no 5s.
Oh,
5s
God.
are in the garage. I didn't have room for all of them. So these, as long as you get your arms stretched, so stick your chest up, stand up straight, make your biceps stretch, and just squeeze.
I like this. Oh, I got you.
That's it, yeah.
I really-
So you keep your elbows forward. Right. Just like that. Three more. 1.
I mean, we can measure now.
20 earlies, eh?
You're all right. Job's done.
What does this paneling mean to you?
Thanks for buying me time, Sam. One question.
I think a lot of things for us, whether they're visual or auditory or even things that we smell, bring us back to certain times, right? So prior to me ever picking up a weight, I'd see this paneling, well, aside from seeing it, in your uncle's finished basement or stuff like that.
Yeah.
You see it in movies, or you would see it in an old style gym. And of course, me growing up, Arnold was always the guy. Sylvester Stallone, Lou Ferrigno. So when you'd see pictures of a lot of these guys, they were training in gyms with that paneling. So you tend to associate it with everything that you were drawn to as a kid that served as an impetus for you to begin. Maybe with what got you started, or what inspired you. And it just, for that reason alone, you love it. And it's funny because there's nothing really intrinsically good about it. Maybe some people would say it's ugly. But there's foods that are like that when you eat them, they're not really that good. Or if other people were to have them, they go, ugh, this is lousy. But because you grew up having it and you associate it with something, it makes it awesome.
So what foods for you take you back to this just reminds me of everything that is me?
Oh, foods.
Probably a lot for you. I don't know. You look like the kind of guy that's grew up eating good food for some reason.
Sauce, right? So red sauce, tomato sauce.
Okay.
Made a certain way. That'll always remind me of my dad.
Yeah.
So, him first showing me how to make it and all that. And plus it becoming like a family thing. So even now when we make it, it's maybe on a Sunday, and you're all going to sit down to one meal, or you're inviting somebody over and they're going to partake in it with you. So sauce definitely does. Chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk?
Chocolate milk.
From the bag?
I don't. Well, I could make it with oat milk.
Okay. You're allergic to normal milk, or is
I
it
just feel shitty when I have it.
I gotcha. Yeah.
But chocolate milk, man, I don't know. Probably because from the time I started school, they give you the chocolate milks with your lunch.
Yeah.
I was just obsessed with it.
Was it the cartons or was it the bags?
No, the cartons.
Oh, okay.
So I remember being in the lunch line, and a lot of kids didn't drink their milk.
Right.
So I'd be in line, I'd be taking a count. You're gonna have your milk. You're gonna have it. So a lot of times kids would just not take it.
Bulking strategy.
And I'm like, yo, you're all gonna take the milk, but you're gonna just give it to me because they didn't want it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, don't just not take it and it go to waste. Take it, but let me have it.
Yeah.
So any given day, I'd have 6 or 8 cartons of it.
Wow.
But I just loved it.
What about you, John? What food sticks out for you?
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Yeah. I mean, of course, as a bodybuilder, or doing any sort of diet like that, you gotta be careful with it. But it's the perfect in between of what I would call a cheat or a junk food or just trash, and a functional food.
That's right.
And I've watched my dad. Thank gosh for dads, because you understand what your tolerances is for certain foods and stuff. He drinks a legendary amount of coffee. My dad, he's doing great. That means I can continue with my coffee addiction and be just fine.
When I first started in high school working out, because you couldn't be sitting there eating in the middle of class. But if I had to slam something quick in between class, peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Whew.
Good God. And try to keep the plate straight as you come up.
people use the term training
Yeah.
very loosely versus working out.
Okay.
Right? Now, training, as the word implies, you're training your body, and really what we train for is adaptation, right? And the adaptation being bigger, stronger.
Yeah.
But in order to force that adaptation, you have to make it hurt, right? And a lot of times people, I think, they get caught up in the pump, the form, the pairing of certain movements, or what's the perfect movement. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's more of the how than the what. I mean, you could make a workout out of just barbell curls if you do them hard enough and you do enough sets.
Yeah.
You don't technically need anything else. And I think a lot of people, like, if you said that, well, what do you do for arms? So I do barbell curls.
Yeah.
People would go, well, that's it? That can't be it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it could be.
People always kind of want to touch back base to like kind of like a home message. And I've noticed that a lot of the, I don't want to call you old because you're only a couple years older than me, but a lot of the more experienced guys I've worked with, Broderick Chavez was another one. We did a Doom workout. You guys checked it out. He's been doing it for like 40 years or something,
Yep.
30, 40 years. And he alternates between, he's gotten down to, he's got an effort day and a volume day.
Yeah.
It's back and forth. An effort day doesn't matter. It's just like, you just gotta go as hard as you can.
You got to make yourself uncomfortable.
And you have
That
to
carries
increase
on
your
to-
capacity for suffering.
And that carries to anything in life.
Right.
Get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
If you are, something good's probably going to come out of it.
So you fear the workout, sort of, sometimes?
Oh my God. I mean, when I was really seriously what I would call training, oh my God, the anxiety that I would have surrounding that training session, especially back in leg
I
day,
was gonna say leg day, yeah.
enormous. And if I wasn't feeling that way, I don't know that I could really be approaching it with the appropriate seriousness.
Yeah.
To not feel that gravity and that anxiety surrounding it, you just got to make it hurt.
And you can do that with just a barbell and some curls sometimes if it's arms.
That's right. You do what you can with what you've got. And again, that's with anything in life. You just do the best you can with what you've got. I mean, look, we all grew up with kids who had better sneakers than us, more expensive sneakers. Didn't make him a better basketball player.
Right.
Or he had a better BMX bike. It didn't mean he could go faster than you.
Yeah.
So it's all what you do with what you got.
Mm-hmm. Or you have the best home gym in the world. See, I'm counting reps here, sort of, in my brain, like, loosely. And I'm doing less reps than you on everything, so this is a lot like the other video we just did with Rob Kearney, where I was
Rob -2.
Rob -2.
So what are you? What are you?
I'm
now?
Evan minus like 4 or 5 right now.
Evan
Get my
-4.
ass kicked. I mean, we're doing the same. We're doing the same weight, but shit. Okay, give me the plate. Give me the damn plate. I like these.
Great,
I
right?
feel the first few reps and then I don't.
Come on, throw it up. One more.
We gotta measure the arms, Evan. Yeah, let's go.
Primo
go.
basement lighting too.
19 and a half.
Wait a minute, only half an inch, damn it.
Only half the arm. We got triceps now.
Oh, right. 22. So I gained half an inch, you gained half an inch? I hate you. How the hell? I thought I tried hard.
Cables.
No, yeah, I've seen. Okay, so you sewed this.
Yep.
This is amazing. You can do anything with your hands. You know what's cool? You know Brian Shaw. years ago when he visited, and we'll be working with him again soon, guys. We're gonna go there. All the stone straps that he was selling on his website for a while, he hand sewed those in his house for people. He sewed the leather and all the stuff.
Very cool.
And people wouldn't even know, like, Brian Shaw made this for me.
That's
Isn't
awesome.
that so cool? It's like people don't realize, like, some of these guys that do pretty well, a lot of that shit they start themselves and they just build it up with their own hands.
Dude, I mean, the guys back in the 60s and whatnot who were bodybuilders also made equipment.
Yeah.
And, they didn't, the availability of things wasn't, I don't think, what it is today. So the necessity to kind of develop things on the go or fabricate or adapt to the situations was much more abundant. So when you do these,
Yeah.
put it out here and make sure you're even. Because if you make sure you're even here, you see
Yeah.
how far off it is?
Okay. Yeah.
But when you're here, it's even. So make it even
Okay.
at that contraction.
Okay. Oh, nice. I think tricep movements with a stretch component, or honestly, they take priority.
Mm-hmm.
You have to load that stretch at the bottom of that muscle, otherwise it just doesn't grow right.
Mm-hmm.
That's when my triceps started actually responding a bit better, was when I started to think a lot about that. When you're doing off season, when you're in a more of a caloric surplus, you kind of simplify your workouts. So most of your stuff is going to be like kind of crammed into a few less workouts. Whereas during prep or when you're dieting, you're going to split the muscle groups up more.
Correct.
So you probably wouldn't just have an arm day in the off season when you're massing. You would kind of throw those muscle groups with others.
Off season, I probably would do triceps with chest
Yeah.
and biceps with like shoulders.
Okay.
So I would combine them with
But-
another body part.
But while you're dieting, you would actually do arms separate.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll fluctuate between arms having their own day and shoulders having their own day. Because for me, those were always my two more dominant body parts. That's it. Leverage.
Leverage. Oh, leverage. Oh, fuck. Come on. God, son of a bitch.
How's that one feel?
It kind of worked, actually.
The key is the negative.
How long you been retired for? 2 years?
I mean, I haven't competed since 16.
Okay. It's 4 or 5 years, actually. Look at the shape he's in for being retired for 4 or 5 years. I mean, this dude could freaking diet down for 8 weeks and step on stage and place in the middle of the pack, maybe. I think
middle.
he can.
I don't know. I think I've been doing it for so long that it's just truly become just part of what I do.
Yeah.
So even though I don't maybe do it to the same extent that I used to, a lot of it still sticks around. And because a lot of the, I guess what would be considered good habits or supporting habits are so ingrained in me, I just keep doing them. So the eating and the training. And
Yeah. You can't not do them anymore. Yeah. You
I
just
have to do it to feel normal.
There we go.
That's the range.
Yeah. I just gotta find where my feet go.
Yep. Let your hands touch the back of like the crown of your head. That's it. Good negative. Really feel the negative. Now squeeze. Yeah, that's it. Squeeze your fist. Good negative. Push it out.
Yeah. You know what? Hold on. I don't look too bad, Evan. Come
You
on.
look great, man.
Come on, Evan. I don't look too bad. Give me a cheesy compliment, all right?
Dude, my immediate response when I saw you is, Jesus, you look great. Big, full, in shape. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
That was multiple comments.
There's multiple compliments. Well, he's also known in the industry as a very nice guy, so. It's not trending. It's not trendy. Being nice isn't a trendy thing. It's not like, you know what I mean? But actually being nice is
But what's truly good never goes out of style.
true. Like,
Fashion and style are two different things.
You having fun filming, Sam?
Yeah.
It's a pretty easy place to film. The lighting is really good down here. I mean, you've done a great job.
Really?
Yeah, no, really, you have. It's well lit for a basement. I've been in a lot of basement gyms, and there's no echo when you're talking, so the audio is pretty good. I mean, a closed-off space like this, I don't know.
Maybe because the carpet and
I
then
don't
some
know
of
what
the
it-
insulation around the ductwork maybe.
Yeah.
Absorbs a lot. I made certain to play in the acoustics.
Shut up!
And the lighting.
In lighting. Thank you.
Yes. Your spirit animal's a moth.
Yeah, you know, for bodybuilders, I love that question. Is your spirit animal a groundhog or a moth? Because groundhog is every day's Groundhog Day. Every day's the same, but moths are always looking for the best lighting.
Oh, definitely a groundhog.
Okay. Yeah. How often do you train with others versus just yourself?
Rarely.
Rarely with others?
Yeah, rarely with others.
I usually only train with others when I'm shooting videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time I train by myself.
Yeah,
I
me
just
too.
like it.
I like to train by myself. But I like training with others too.
What do you get from training by yourself?
Maybe the focus. And the opportunity to, this sounds cheesy, I guess, but like, look at yourself. Meaning, like starting off in my basement when I was, 13, 14, if I wanted to take my, I have a little mirror that I got from the dump that like I ripped off the front of a medicine cabinet and I propped it up. If I want to take my shirt off and see what I look like I could do that. If I want to do an exercise that I don't really know how to do, right, and I was trying to figure it out, I didn't have to worry if I looked ridiculous
Yeah.
doing it. So training alone kind of affords you that, especially when you're in the privacy of your own home. And then when I noticed that when I did finally join a commercial gym, I felt that I knew better how to execute certain movements that a lot of people didn't. And I think maybe they never take the time to figure those out for fear that they look ridiculous, which I don't blame them. Who wants to look ridiculous or feel like they don't know what they're doing in front of an audience? Training A, by yourself, and B, especially where there's no one around, kind of affords you that opportunity.
This is great. I feel like I took a time capsule back 35 years ago. There needs to be like paper yellowed printouts from magazines of that old, before digital printing font of different workouts listed with skull crushers, this by this, bicep curls, this by this. I feel like I'm doing a workout that just reads like one of those old magazines. It's great. Holy shit. I might be like Evan minus 10 on this. Too? I don't know.
I wanted to do 50.
Oh! He starts off the workout with dips cold 35. Retired bodybuilder with no shoulder injuries. You must be the only one.
Yeah, the more you say it, I guess it seems, I guess it's kind of rare, huh?
I mean, I have really, really healthy shoulders, and even that surprised me. Like, ooh, that doesn't even look good to me. And go behind the head.
Yeah, like just to the crown, basically.
And just keep it moving.
That's it, just keep pumping. Just drive blood. That's it. Stretch, stretch. Had to feel that.
What'd you say?
You had to feel that.
Oh, yeah. I felt it in my lungs and my quads, too.
This was the movement that really made my triceps explode.
I think it's different when you're doing higher reps, because skull crushers with like a normal rep range for me, it's like I start to feel things I don't want to feel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but when you loaded, like, this isn't that much weight to me.
Right.
And we're already got some blood in there.
Yep.
That feels like more tricep isolation and
Yep.
more, it feels like more what I would want it to feel like.
Right.
Yeah, so I think sometimes it's not what exercise, but where it's placed, how you do it. A lot of things go into it. And this exercise is great like this.
Yep.
Yeah. Notice he's not going to his eye line. He's keeping it kind of straight up and down on the top of his head. See that, guys? I took note of that when I did it. It makes it a lot different because when you breathe in front of your eyes, there's kind of a pause moment and a little shift. So I think that helped actually. Like instead of like coming all the way here in front.
Oh yeah, now you take all the tension off it.
Yeah. I just know. I think that's a small little thing there that does make a difference. And sometimes it's just about not just muscle insertion points and stuff like this, but just like from early on, you might have just been training it the right way to begin with.
Could be.
Like I worked with Mike Van Wyck in Canada. He's super technical with execution of everything, and he says most people, the hardest muscle group for him to get people to do right is going to be back exercises. And when he worked with me, he's like, this is probably why your back is one of your stronger points is because you're kind of doing everything right.
Yep.
And usually when I work with people for the first time, they aren't. Today is Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday.
Okay, well, okay, gotcha. What a weird training week. On Monday, I did tricking and weighted chair splits. On Tuesday, I did Rob Kearney's strongman workout with 4-inch deficit deadlift, 4-inch rack pulls with back. And on Thursday, I'm doing Evan Centopani's basement classic old school arm workout. What a weird training week. It's great. I'm living a good life, guys.
So a box. So hold on. The box of frozen waffles, right? Six of them in the box. Do like an eighth a cup of maple syrup. Do like 8 ounces of sweet potato with a tablespoon of coconut oil, and like 3 Nature Valley granola bars. Okay. You remember you know Jujimufu. You know him. Yeah, he's huge.
It's at Jujimufu, Jujimufu. I'm gonna give you back to Evan.
All right, pal.
We're gonna call it here. We're gonna go to the grocery store. We got some grocery store videos coming up. But all right, check us out there. Links in the description for all of Evan's stuff. See you later.
Pray that we don't get kicked out of the grocery store.
Yes, because we have twice in other videos that we filmed in.